WrestleMania, the show of shows, the grandest stage of them all, the showcase of the immortals, the biggest party of the April, the gleaming meat and fireworks circus, Dr. Vinny's hustle and tussle kerfuffle, the thing that keeps happening, 4 hours of Rosa Mendez, the momentous momentum of moments moment, and many more. WrestleMania is WWE's Christmas. 'Tis the season and this year looks... So what better way to prepare than by running through all the things WWE most want to sweep under the rug about the jewel in their crown. Now look, we're not putting Chris Benoit and Hulk Hogan on the list. We covered them loads in previous videos, and yes, we could just list all of their WrestleMania moments and knock off for gin and toast, but that's too easy. I'm Adam from WhatCulture.com, and here are 11 things WWE want you to forget about WrestleMania. That's right, 11, because it's WrestleMania. Bye bye! Number 11, that it's WrestleMania 32. No one likes getting old, Vince McMahon less than anyone. The very fact that Vince's body is 70 years old is something he takes as a personal insult. And while he pumps iron to try and reverse the aging process, all it's doing is making him look like something that lives on the bottom of the sea. Well, WrestleMania is also getting old, and Vince wants you to forget that for some reason. He's ordered that WrestleMania can no longer be called the granddaddy of them all, for fear that it makes the event sound like an out-of-touch 70-year-old man. And he's ordered that WrestleManias no longer contain numbers in their branding. WrestleMania 31 was called WrestleMania. WrestleMania 32 is called WrestleMania. Maybe he thinks his audience just can't count past 30. Number 10, all the little edits. WWE is incredibly protective of their favourite son, and like any good parents editing out their kids' pet murders from the Christmas newsletter, Vince and co tend to brush over their sprog's naughtiest moments, and if you check out certain WrestleManias on the WWE network, certain things have been removed by the WWE editing team, whom Sam would like me to acknowledge because apparently editors work really, really hard. Back to work, dickhead! Search the network and things like Jericho flipping off HBK at 19, Paul Orndorff doing slanty eyes at Mr. Fuji at 2, Mickie James grabbing Trish's crotch and licking her fingers at 22, the super botched ending of Kurt Angle vs. Kane at 18, all disappeared using magic, which is, I assume, how editors work. Number 9, hanging the boss man, especially this year now that A, they're inducting him into the Hall of Fame, and B, Ray Traylor is dead. WrestleMania 15 was home to the third Hell in a Cell match on pay-per-view, the 5th overall, and it's one of the least eventful cell matches ever. The first one at Bad Blood was awesome. The one at King of the Ring raised the bar to nightmarish levels. How do you top it when it's at WrestleMania itself? Easy! Murder! In front of a crowd of, let's call them witnesses, Taker, with the help of the Brood, who had lowered in on wires, had a rope lowered through the cell. The Brood ascended to the heavens like a vampire Cirque du Soleil. The rope was put around Bossman's neck, the cell raised, and Bossman was hanging there. Then he stopped moving, and then the lights went out. Bless Michael Cole for having to call that. But yeah, now that we're honouring the boss man at this year's Hall of Fame, maybe his murder will be kept out of the video packages. Number 8, the Miss WrestleMania Battle Royal. WrestleMania 25 was supposed to be a landmark show, a quarter of a century of WrestleManias. One of the commemorations of times past was the Battle Royale to crown Miss WrestleMania. 25 years of amazing women like Alundra Blaze, Fabulous Moolah, Wendy Richter, Jacqueline, Trish Stratus, Lita, Victoria was to be celebrated with 25 divas in the ring competing for supremacy. Heck, even some classic divas like Molly Holly, Sunny, and Tori Wilson came back. They didn't get their own entrances, but that didn't matter. Hooray for women! It was won by a man. Santino Marella, dressed as Santina Marella, was crowned Miss WrestleMania. What is this bull? When WWE pats itself on the back with its Divas Revolution, they might want to forget that they once implied that the greatest woman in 25 years of WrestleMania was a man. Number 7, WrestleMania 7's venue. WrestleMania 7, when Hulk Hogan toppled the Iraqi-sympathizing Sergeant Slaughter and single-handedly won the Gulf War for the USA. God save our gracious America. The total attendance for the show was just over 16,000, a big step down from the previous year's 67,500. But hey, that's not WWE's fault, right? The arena they were in was a small one, so they couldn't fill it with much more people. Well, sure, that's what the WWE want you to think. See, WrestleMania 7 was originally booked to take place in the Los Angeles Memorial Coliseum, which can hold up to 100,000 people, but then the event was moved to the much smaller Los Angeles Memorial Sports Arena because WWE said they were doing it for security concerns after the Gulf War angle angered people, but really, it's because advance ticket sales for the event were bad. R-truth bad. There was no way they'd reach 100,000, so they cut their losses and downgraded. Number 6, the WrestleMania 8 main event fiasco. WrestleMania 8 was notoriously bad for 2 reasons. Number 1, Ric Flair had just signed with WWF and they didn't have Ric Flair versus Hulk Hogan. I mean. Second, the main event of Mania, of WrestleMania, ended on a DQ, and a botched DQ at that. The Hulkster was battling Sid Justice in the Battle of the Giant Dumb Blondes. The plan was Hogan hits a leg drop on Sid, Papa Shango runs in, causes a DQ. What happened was Hogan hits the leg drop, goes for the pin, Shango misses his cue, Sid kicks out of the atomic leg drop, Harvey Whippleman sort of runs in, bell rings, Papa Shango runs in with his best "oh I have done f***ed up" face. Then after the match the announcers blame the DQ on Papa Shango, oh sod it, just have Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior pose for 10 minutes, no one will ever notice. Thankfully, the Mania main events would only get better. Number 5, the WrestleMania 9 main event fiasco. Hooray! WrestleMania 9! It gave us Jim Ross in a toga, and for that, it's going to hell. In one of the worst WrestleManias of all time, home to possibly The Undertaker's worst match, we'll get to that. By far the biggest stinker was how the event ended. Bret Hart was the leader of the new wave of WWE superstars creeping slowly up the card, the lighter, leaner, more athletic sort of main eventer, but the dub was not yet ready to let go of its safety blanket just yet. Hart was screwed out of the belt, dropping it to the much larger Yokozuna, who was in great shape, and that shape is a circle. However, the night wasn't over yet. Out came Hulk Hogan, for some reason, who challenged Yokozuna, for some reason, who then accepted, for some reason, before immediately succumbing to the leg drop, making the Hulkster the champion once again. It was a bit like Money in the Bank, except with zero explanation, and it was stupid. Critics the world over lambasted the event for pandering to the Hulkster's ego once again, as Bret Hart became an afterthought of his very first Mania main event. Number 4, WrestleMania 2's dumb concept. Now, I'd say it makes sense on paper, but it doesn't. In an attempt to make the follow-up to the original WrestleMania seem like an even bigger national event, WrestleMania 2 emanated from not 1, not 2, not 4, but 3 arenas around the country, in New York, Chicago, and Los Angeles. Each venue had its own main event and its own crowd. It really didn't work. From bell to bell, each crowd only got to see about 30 minutes or less of actual wrestling, and most of it was bad. When it wasn't their turn, the live crowds then had to watch the rest of the show on monitors. Hey, thanks for shilling out for tickets, idiots! It was a bad show, and there's a reason why WWE go, WrestleMania 1, oh, amazing! Hey, remember WrestleMania 3? Oh, amazing! Number 3, Goldberg versus Lesnar. Did someone order a hot mess? Got a hot mess here. We've talked about Lesnar versus Goldberg before, so we'll put it super simply. Big men. 2 big men. Bork, Glodbug. Crowd like men. Men quit WWE. Crowd hate men. Bork and Glodbog stall. Crowd angry. Nothing happened. Crowd angry. Glodbug wins. Crowd angry. Oh dear. Number 2, The Undertaker's DQ win. Before Undertaker was toppled by the aforementioned Bork Laser at WrestleMania 30, WWE had built up his streak to mythic status. 20 matches of pure dominance, crushing victories, the acts of Herculean conquest that makes lesser men weak. Also something about chloroform. What? Nothing! Acts of unstoppable carnage! Wait, what was the chloroform thing? Well, at WrestleMania 9, you know, the really bad one, Undy fought against Giant Gonzalez, which is this thing. Undertaker won, but by a measly DQ after Double G knocked him out with a chloroform-soaked rag and left him unconscious. Wow. Dominance. Number 1, every champ is injured. There are a lot of things to forget about last year's WrestleMania, the championship-winning curb stomp, Sting's hair, whatever happened to giving divas a chance. But here's the kicker. Not one of the champions that emerged from WrestleMania 31, or WrestleMania as Vince calls it, is currently on the active roster. Nikki Bella, out. Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, both out. John Cena, out. Daniel Bryan, out for good. Seth Rollins, out. It's a sobering indictment of the dark and dangerous side of wrestling, the toll of what we all pay big bucks to see. And after all, if WrestleMania is supposed to be a celebration of all things wrestling, then WWE will surely want us to forget that our favourite sport can leave bodies broken.